Hello everyone. Welcome to the Studio Free Press Matters. My name is Rut Kronenberg and I'm your host of today. And today it is International Women's Day, so congratulations to all of you. We at Free Press Unlimited want to have equality in the media. So for men, women, for everyone. We have a whole program about that. Part of that program actually is a new campaign. We're going to talk about that, the Media4Women campaign. Just to give you some numbers, the latest figures shows that only 24% of all the people featured in news are women. 24%, can you imagine? We're going to talk about that because that has to change with our coordinator on gender and media, Larissa Buschmann. Larissa, welcome.
Thank you, Ruth.
So these numbers must startle you too, right?
Well, that means that a lot of women and people who self-identify as women are falling outside of this gender boat. That means that they cannot see themselves recognized on TV, on print media, in online media. That means that they do not see any role models to aspire to. And that's problematic.
And why is that problematic?
We believe that the role of the media is actually to reflect societies we live in, to give access to all people, the reliable information that is there, to set actually gender standards as they should be, and not skewed into one or another side. Women are 50% of the global population. And we would like to see ourselves back in all sorts of media.
Absolutely. So part of our program is then this campaign, the Media4Women campaign. Can you tell what is the campaign about?
Yes, Media4Women campaign is a campaign which was originally thought for our partners. That was a platform for them to express solidarity with women in the media. This year, it's the 5th edition of the campaign, and it highlights the issue of gender media monitoring. Why is it important? Because data is your evidence. It's the numbers that make your case towards your advocacy efforts, towards your policymakers. This is your shield when it comes to demanding your human rights for access to information.
As a woman, you mean?
As a woman, as a person.
Mm-hmm. So this is the 5th edition. In how many countries is it running then?
This year we have direct partners from over 25 countries are joining our campaign.
25 countries?
Yes.
Wow.
And
spread around the world, or?
Yes, this is a global campaign. The idea is that the Media4Women is used as a platform for all our international partners, for our allies as well. It's quite open. We are not limiting the campaign to a certain number of partners or people. The partners can join, the allies can join, and they can showcase their work, what they have been busy with the whole year. Because very often we are forgetting actually to reflect and share the outputs, the impact that we are creating with broader audiences. And Media4Women is exactly for this reason, but also to advocate for the rights of women in and through the media.
So the campaign is running in 25 countries. How many partners, media partners, are actually joining? I assume there are more.
Absolutely. We have multiple partners in different countries, and that means that this year we expect at least 50 partners joining our campaign, just like last year. We are still getting requests from partners and allies to join the campaign, and we see them campaigning on their social media, but also using the platform that we have created. This is an online platform which is accessible to all. To highlight their work when it comes to either collecting data, gender media monitoring data, or using the data to lobby for more gender inclusive, gender transformative policies at their workplace, for example, or for accountability purposes towards policymakers.
Mm-hmm. So this is the 5th edition. And I remember when we started this, it was actually called the March for Women, right? By men. So that was very visible. How is the campaign visible nowadays?
Yes, it has been actually a transformation from the very beginning, and we had more than that. So it was March for Women, Move for Women, and last year we have revamped the whole identity of the campaign, and we thought that we should use online communication that is available for us, for our partners, to lobby for a common cause. And this is where we also, we brainstormed what could it be. And we thought a toolkit that our partners and allies could use to highlight a certain issue. Like last year, we worked on representation of women in and by the media and challenging gender stereotypes. So you work on the issue together. The partners are able to introduce their gender equality champions, just like we do as well. These are the people who already work on gender equality in and by the media. These are also policymakers who we work with, and we want to make sure that the support that they provide to our partners, to media, is visible. We use a lot of social media to promote the messages of the campaign. The campaign runs from 1st of March until 14th of March. So these are 2 weeks around the 8th of March, which is International Women's Day. And this provides a lot of opportunities for all of us to actually pass on the message we are working on, to make it heard, to make it visible. This year we started this campaign with a story of the Global Media Monitoring Project Coordinator, Sara Macharia, and she reiterated on how important it is to collect the data, to have this evidence at your hand, to promote gender inclusive societies and to work on more gender inclusive media.
You mentioned a couple of times allies. Who are they?
These are all sorts of organizations who align with the mission of Free Press Unlimited. You can think about international organizations under which umbrella a lot of organizations work on certain issues. And in this particular case, gender equality is one of the important topics that we are addressing together. So these can be journalist networks who work at the local level to promote gender equality in their country. These can be gender media monitoring organizations who do day-to-day monitoring of media in their country. These can be media organizations themselves who already implement all sorts of tools that are available to promote to better position of women in the media.
Right. And you mentioned also the Global Media Monitoring Project. Can you share with us what that is?
Yes, the project started in 1995. So this is also a crucial date. So Beijing Declaration, right. And many decades after, we are still not there. All the declarations on...
despite all the declaration,
yeah. Despite all the declarations. But this was one of the action points to actually recognize the transformative role media plays and to do something about the data to understand how it plays the role, how it could be improved.
Right. And you need data for that. And that is this project all about?
Yes, this is the longitudinal study.
Yeah, it's the longest study on media monitoring when it comes to gender. And it's taken place every 5 years, right?
In over 100 countries across the globe.
147, if I'm correct.
This year it was really unprecedented also, I think. It was quite a number of countries participated.
Joining on one day, on one specific day, according to one universal methodology.
Yes, we were also part of it last year of this monitoring cycle. So what we are trying to do is to capture a moment in the media and to see how we are doing across all sorts of indicators. Especially now in COVID-19 times, we can see that the representation of women has actually worsened.
Right. Despite the fact that 2/3 of all women actually are working in healthcare, education, etc., all the sectors that are very vital for the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes, 70% of the global health care force are women, but for every 3 men experts, we have 1 woman expert. So if you look at the task forces, coronavirus-related task forces and decision makers who work with the crisis, they consist mainly of men. And why is it problematic? Because that means that any specific interventions that could be thought of at these times are most likely not to be taken on board, because women's views, women's needs are not represented.
So when the GMMP started in '95, what was the outcome back then, and where do we stand now?
I wish I could tell you a quite nice and happy picture, but it's not the case. So when it comes to representation of media, we never managed to get above 30%.
So even in all those years, the gap is still there, and it's actually widening thanks to COVID-19, but it's certainly not getting smaller.
Somehow we are not able to bridge the gap, but what we can do is still to make audiences, to make policymakers aware of this gap, and us, 3% Limited and our partners, to actually to present the data more often, to lobby, to advocate for the rights of women in the media.
Right, and that is the campaign all about, right?
This is the ultimate tool of the campaign. This is an awareness campaign, this is a community building campaign, this is a campaign to make sure that all voices are heard and do not become invisible.
So if people want to join or to look up what this campaign is all about, what is the best way to do that? To go to our website or to social media?
Absolutely. Please visit our website, www.freepressunlimited.org. Media4Women is featuring there, and you can find out how you can join. You can download the toolkit. You can adapt your data to promote your work. We will definitely pick up your messages on social media. We are going to reshare stories and together hopefully make it a very impactful campaign.
Of course, that is not all that we are doing, we as Free Press Unlimited, about gender equality in and through the media. If you're interested to know more about it, have a look at our website or check out the social media. Thank you for watching and see you next time.